What up, scholars? It's me, Pickles, just back with another important lesson reminding you how you can be the best scholar. And we're going to be talking about note-taking today. Okay, so I'm going to give you some strategies about how best to take notes. This is specifically for changemakers, but really these ideas could be carried off no matter where you go, whether it's in math or science, social studies, language arts, or just any class that you're in. Okay, so let's get started, right? First thing we need our source that we're going to be getting our notes from. And for us, that's our website, which is, you're going to find that on Schoology. You're going to pull up the first folder there and pull up the website, Native American Scholars. You're going to find your person, whoever that is, click on it, and you get two things. You get your video and your article. Okay? You also, most importantly, need where you're going to take your notes. So I got my Scholar Notebook here. I've taken some notes, and I'm going to show you what you're going to do. Now, before we even begin, we need to be remembering, what is our end goal? What's the reason we're taking these notes? Sometimes it's to study for a test. Sometimes because we're getting most important information. Sometimes we need to convince grandpa about something. Whatever it is, what's the reason we're taking these notes, right? For us, we're taking these notes because we're going to be writing a paragraph about how our person is a change maker. We're going to focus on one trait and come up with 2 reasons why. So that's one reason. And the other thing we're going to be doing is creating a picture collage that kind of captures all the cool things that we learned about them. So with that in mind, that's where we want to be taking our notes. So we're going to take our notes from our video and our article, and we're going to be really focusing on what are the cool things, right? So I'm going to use just this video, Squanto, which hopefully you've seen. If not, you can go back, you can find it on YouTube. You can watch it if you're really interested. Now, here's the thing. There was so much information in this video. I'll be honest, I got 5 things from like the first minute and a half to 2 minutes, right? I'm not going to be able to use all that. Can I use more than 5 things? Absolutely. And maybe sometimes when I'm taking notes, I want to get more. But what I don't want to do is write everything down. So at some point, I want to become an editor as I'm writing, right? Like, do I really need this? Let me think about it. So I watched this video and I was taking notes, remembering that my end goal is I want to get 10 things that I think everyone should know about this person that I'm going to put into my collage, right? So here's what I wrote down just in the first little bit. I wrote down born in New England. Notice I'm not worried about punctuation. I'm not worried about full things. I've got fragments there. Your language arts teacher is probably going, what? But when you're note taking, that's the way. And I also numbered them. I don't have a full paragraph there because if I'm just writing in a full paragraph, then I have to go back and figure out exactly what it is that I thought was important. So I'm doing the work now to narrow it down to the most important information, right? So born in the New England area. Then, since my end goal is I know I'm going to be creating a picture collage, I was like, maybe I can come up with a picture of what New England is, right? Like, maybe I can find a cartoon this. So then I also came up with captured and made a slave in Spain. So I took about 30 seconds and boom, that was the most important thing. Captured and made a slave in Spain. I think I'm going to put a Spanish flag there. That's kind of probably what I'm going to do. I figured that out. So then talked into freedom and released. That means, I know this because I watched it, but he was able to talk his way out of being a captive. I have more questions than answers, right? But that's what we know. He talked his way out and he was released. So maybe I've got like a mouth on it and broken chain. I was just brainstorming some ideas. He traveled to London, learned English. So maybe I have a picture of London and the word, hello, mate, or sporty, something like that. And then helped group called Pilgrims, right? So I'm just starting to get ideas. So I know the Pilgrims are famous for a boat or the bonnet. So I'm thinking about things that I'm going to do. I know I've got several more things I need to add on there, but those are my 5 I'm going to start off with, right? So that's an example. Notice I've numbered them. I'm not writing full sentences, and I've got some ideas of where I want this. Then I was like, okay, and I'll be honest, this was not easy for me to come up with a Changemaker trade because I knew I was going to have to write about this person. And we'll talk about it in the next video, how we're going to break down and write these things. But I was thinking like, okay, maybe he was brave, right? Or maybe he was creative, or maybe he was benevolent. And I was like, ugh, I don't have a lot to go with here. So instead, I chose perseverance, right? Not quitting. And I was like, how in this video did I see that he didn't quit? And I was like, oh yeah, I got it. Okay, so the first way Squanto showed perseverance was he overcame several challenges. He had to overcome several challenges to get back to his homeland. See, I didn't write this perfect, but I can go back and edit. This is like the second sentence I'm going to use in my paragraph, right? I'm already starting. I used this sentence starter. The first way Squanto showed perseverance was he overcame several challenges to get back to his homeland. Never did they actually say that. I had to do the thinking about that and put it into my own words. Then I took those things and I said, well, what gave me that idea? So I went back, and according to the video, Who was Squanto? It states at the 48-second mark that Squanto convinced his captors to free him. Then he traveled to London, learned English, and had 2 boat rides back to his mainland. Okay? That's a lot. On a video, I have to put it in my own words. If it's the article, I'm going to take an exact quote that gave me that thinking, right? But that's not enough because I can't assume that you, as a reader, are going to understand what I was thinking. So, how will I explain that that shows perseverance? So here's what I said. This shows that Squanto showed perseverance because that was many years. Most people would just quit and accept their fate. He kept fighting to get back home. Okay? It's not perfect, but it's a good start. All right? So this part actually took me at the end. I had to stop, zoom out, right? I'm zooming out and thinking, what is it I really want people to know? What did I see? Ideally, you're going to find something from the video and something from the article to back your idea up. All right, good luck. I'm excited to see what you got, and I can't wait for the final products.